So my name is Deepak Kumar Saxena. I am currently heading School of Management and Entrepreneurship at IIT Jodhpur. I am a PhD from Trinity College Dublin, MTech from IIT Kanpur, and since last 2 years I am heading this department. Let me take you to the background of our school SME. So since the inception, our focus was on blending management with technology, and the reason was that we realized that there is no management which is without technology. So it has to be integrated to the program itself, and that was the birth of one of the first program in MBA technology in India. So that's the origin and that's the philosophy of it. In this program specifically, we prepare students for two distinct kind of roles, and these are also reflect in our specialization. First, specialization in AI and analytics. So those who are more on the coding or analytics or statistics side, so they will prefer this kind of specialization. The role could be business analyst, and the second specialization is digital product management. So here we have courses that thrive on your creativity and people skill. So those who find themselves more on the people side and creative side, they will prefer the second specialization, which is digital product management. And we anticipate that these students will grab product manager roles in leading firms. In this context, we have also kept in mind that after Gen AI, these roles and expectations and requirements have quickly evolved. For instance, in case of analytics and AI, earlier you were expected to know coding, so it could be Python, it could be R, but you were expected to code from scratch. Whereas after Gen AI, it's more about the vibe coding and having a complete sense of the solution you are building. So our courses are also modeled around that. So rather than having a code from scratch approach, our courses thrive on using Gen AI for solving business problems. So that's for the first specialization. For the digital product management, the philosophy is again the same, that traditionally the courses will focus more on traditional classic product management. Some of our courses, yes, they do touch upon that, but our primary focus is on digital product management. And one minor difference, for example, is the development cycle. For classical product management, you take months before realizing how is your product doing. In digital product, you can test parallelly multiple products and you can decide which one to go for. So our coursework takes care of these aspects, and it is built to modern, so as to say, post-Gen AI timings. So here one thing, and this is subsequent to the Gen AI element, is the one thing the candidates, future candidates need to realize, that there is nothing in the business which is without technology. So now the technology is not the add-on, it's more the inbuilt into the curriculum, inbuilt to the business functions that you are operating in. So rather than treating it as an additional part, from the word go, technology is integrated into the curriculum. So in this case, we follow what typically all business schools follow, case study method. So that helps to connect the student to the real life situation. But more than that, majority of our courses are also focused on finding real world problems and offering solution to those. So that it may pan out something like, say, for an analytics project, students may download real world data, build models and propose a solution. Similar kind of example or project could be in digital product management, where you find user need, you try to solve that user need by creating a digital product or a service. So this is where we try to make it relevant to the outside world rather than just being a bookish or traditional kind of course. So as far as BS program is concerned, first thing I would like to highlight that this is one of the first BS program from an Indian Institute of Technology in the space of management and technology. And as far as foundations are concerned, so it rests on three key foundations. First foundation is social science, because students need an understanding of fields like psychology or sociology before knowing about management. Second foundation is technical, where students are introduced to courses like programming or algorithmic thinking, so that they know what is happening in the tech world. And third pillar of our foundation is core management discipline. So traditional business functions like marketing, finance, HR, they provide the third and key foundation. So this program is highly industry oriented. When we were designing the program, we consulted national and international experts, both from academia as well as from industry. And this has resulted in adding certain elements which are niche to the program. For example, in the later years, students do a course on use of generative AI and agentic AI in business. Similarly, there is another course on Industry 5.0. So by continuously consulting the industry experts, we have made the curriculum relevant. And as far as delivery is concerned, we will also continuously call industry expert so that students know about the latest trends, what's going on in the outside world. Here I would like to contrast it with some of the short-term online programs. So if you take separate skills, for example, Excel or AI or product management, it is always possible to do say a 15 days course, but that does not give you a foundation as well as it does not give you a holistic picture. What this course does, that it introduces things in context. For instance, for AI solutions, it's not sufficient for the model to be optimal. It is also required the model to be responsible, to be compliant to, say for example, data protection guidelines. Similarly, in the product management, it's not just creating the product. You need to sell the product. You need to create a brand. So that's where we give a holistic understanding to the candidates, and what we anticipate that in terms of outcome, many of them would directly find job in industry, as well as those who are interested, we envisage them going for international programs either at MBA or MTech level in reputed universities.